Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my lord. What happened here? Hello, I hope you're doing well. In this video, I will be showing you the process of setting up my Hobonichi cousin for 2023. I'm doing this video a little bit earlier because I know a lot of you are itching to set yours up and you're looking for inspiration. So yeah, this is a quick overview of the results. If you want to see how I did all of this, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm noticing that the cover is already getting dirty, and that is one of the things about the Hobonichi cousin. Like, any bit of oil or dust just clings onto the cover and it's not very pleasant, which is why, in my opinion, it's very important to have a cover for your Hobonichi cousin. So this is a Midori Codex cover in A5. It is the same one that I have been using for this year, and you know, the cover itself is kind of dirty, but you can always wipe it off, whereas I wouldn't recommend doing that with the cardboard. So my plan is to first decorate the front cover, and with the back cover, I want to put on a piece of vellum. However, this piece of vellum is a new vellum that I have yet to release. I'm actually still waiting for production to wrap up. So yeah, I can't use it currently. So after decorating the front cover, I'm just gonna straight up put on the protective clear cover, and then when the vellum comes in, I will take this cover off and then put in the vellum. I have these new 2023 vinyl stickers that are coming out for Black Friday, so they're not available in the shop yet, but I obviously have them here. And I'm very torn. I feel like all three of these are very good candidates. There's also a fourth one, which is a mirror texture, but I want to save that. I want to save that one for another spot. I don't really want it on the front cover. I have decided that I actually want to use this colorful one. I thought I was gonna go with this craft color. Actually, do I want to use this craft color? Okay, sorry. I'm actually gonna go with this craft color or craft material. I'm so indecisive when it comes to stuff like this. And before I change my mind, let's just put this down because I am gonna just keep going back and forth. Okay, so I'm gonna use this craft vinyl sticker, and I made sure that this perfectly covers the Hobonichi Techo 2023. It doesn't cover up the cousin text, but that's okay. I have committed. I cannot change my mind anymore. This is definitely a little bit different from what I would normally go for. I would much prefer something simpler and less out of the box, but I think this is a good change. Okay, so we have that down. And then for the cover, once again, for this year, I want to put on a bunch of our seal stickers. For last year, I used the coffee and tea time seal stickers. And for this year, I have a bunch that I can use. So I have this new set, which is like a cafe time one, and this is releasing for Black Friday as well. I have these self-care ones, which I don't think I will use just because the foil is really different. I have some leftovers of the coffee and tea time ones. This is something different. And then I also have the Four Seasons collection. So this is a redo, but for each of the foils, I changed it to one that kind of coordinates with the season. So like, for example, winter is like a holographic, and autumn is a rose gold. And okay, so I don't think I'll use winter just because, again, the foil kind of clashes, but I think all of these can somehow work together. Okay, so my plan is to put these three across the top like this, and then I'm gonna put this like flatter cappuccino emoji right here. And then at the bottom, I will do a combination of some of these autumn ones and also these like coffee and tea time seals. I have a feeling like this can turn out really, really ugly, but I think I'll just go with it and see how that goes. Let's start off by taking these up. So I think this is the order that I want to put them in. So I'll put this one in the center first. And then this one over here. Okay, so I have some awesome news. I just held this far away and I can confirm this is indeed crooked. Okay, so after doing some painful adjusting, it is still a little bit crooked, but that is okay. We will embrace this imperfection. And then I'm just gonna put down the remaining seals at the bottom and then one right next to it, I think. Actually, do I want to put one next to it? So I think I'm actually going to follow my layout from last year and just do 2 rows of seals instead of one in the middle here. I think that'll look less awkward. So let's do that. Let's put down this one and this one. I think I like this chai. Gotta make sure my ordering looks good. All right, so far I think this is looking okay. It's not perfect, that's for sure, but I think it's workable. So as I said, I'm not fully done with the front and back cover, but because this gets dirty so easily, I'm gonna go ahead and insert it into the clear cover. Now last year when I did this, I made a rookie mistake where I was like bending the front and back covers, and a lot of you gave me super helpful tips, so let me show you what the tip is. I'm gonna start off by taking the front cover and inserting it into this sleeve. Now for the back cover, instead of like bending it to fit inside here, you can just simply fold it over. And it seems very painful, but it actually holds up well. You just slide it in and voila. Now the spine is kind of like creased because of how this cover came packaged, but this is actually really useful because as your Hobonichi cousin chunks up, it fills out the extra space. Okay, so I think this clip is going to the middle of the video. So literally last night, I created these stickers of the monthly calendars, and I'm actually not sure if this is the right sizing because I literally never used this before, but the intention, as you can probably guess, is to just cover up the year at a glance. For last year's Hobonichi cousin, my year at a glance was with these die cuts from my shop, and I do like it, but I do find that whenever I flip the pages, it gets a little weird because the die cuts are so thick. So it's like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just really stiff, and that's not my favorite feeling. So yeah, I thought I would try stickers, and my only concern is that unlike the die cuts, which are a thicker cardstock, the sticker papers are thinner, so I'm not too sure if the text underneath will show through too much, but we will see. So spacing is also an issue, but I honestly think I'm just gonna wing it and see how it goes. And just to make sure that this doesn't get too crooked, I'm going to make a little mark of where the bottom and the sides should be. Right here, right here. So here, here, and here. And for January, it's one of the lighter ones, and I don't really see the text underneath, which I think is perfect. So I'm actually gonna do March 1st so that I can center February in between March and January. So these files, you can find them in the Facebook group as a digital download. It'll definitely require some resizing if you want it to fit like certain parts of your planner, especially if you use different planners. But yeah, if you want it done for you, we will also have these in the shop. Uh-oh. Okay, I just realized an error, so September should be here and then October should be there. So I will fix that for the final version that I sell in the shop. And I do think I want to sell these in the shop. Again, I just whipped these up last night and I wasn't even sure if I would like them, but I'm thinking that they will be a handy thing to have. Okay, I think that's good. And then we can, oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I think I made a similar error last year where I accidentally mixed up 2 of the months. But thankfully, like, the adhesive was not fully permanent yet, so I could take it up. I think this is fine. Perfect. And then I'm gonna just take my eraser and erase any of the lines that are peeking through. So the next thing that I want to do is pre-decorate all of the monthly pages. For last year, I didn't do any like consistent decorating of the blank page. I just sometimes took notes, sometimes did like pen swatches, sometimes I just left it blank. But for this year, I want to have just some consistency, I guess. So I am going to use the die cut versions of the calendars. I'm going to be using the dot liner, what are these called? Tape runners. And just flip this over. And let's line it up with this like faint ghosted line. And then using my Tombow fudenosuke brush pen, I want to letter in important dates. Is this a good one? I can't remember. And then I'm gonna pick 3 Tombow dual brush pen colors that'll somewhat match this, and then make little dots. And then of course if there are more than 3 important things, then I can just add more later on. I'm not putting too much thought into the color matching, as long as it's somewhat similar or on theme, I guess. That's totally fine with me. All right, so this is basically what I'm going to do for all 12 months, and I will probably speed this up. Next thing is adding some tabs to this planner. Now, last year I only did the monthly tabs for the daily section, but for this year I'm going to be tabbing both the daily section and the weekly section, just because I don't know, I found it was pretty difficult actually to flip to the correct weekly section, even though I can use like bookmarks and stuff. So I've decided for the weekly section I will be using minimal white. And then for the daily section, I will either be using one of my 2 new colors, which is either ash gray or latte, which is like a brown. And I have yet to decide on that. So once I do decide, I will get either ash gray or latte, and then I will come back and tab up the daily section. This is also an add-on mini tabs page for people who have the Hobonichi Cousin avec if you want the extra things. If you're wondering what these icons are for, you can tab up certain sections where you have like, I don't know, brainstorming stuff or work stuff or like important appointments or something. And then for these emoji heads, I plan on just keeping them in the back of my planner, and then if there's some like super exciting day or week or something, then I can just tab up that day for easy reference. I don't know. Okay, so let's get started. And I already did a tutorial on how to use these tabs easily, but I will do it again. Once again, please excuse my nails. Okay, so we're going to start off with yearly. We'll just take this up. So for each of my tabs, there is a scoring in the middle that makes it really easy to fold perfectly in half. And then as you can see, there's a white section and also a shaded section. And where the white meets the shaded section, that is where you line it up with the edge of the page so that all of your tabs are uniform. So as an example, you can see exactly where the white meets the gray. That is where you line it up with the edge of the page. And then because there is that scoring, it makes it super easy to fold in half perfectly. And of course it's double-sided. So that is the yearly section done. To start the monthly section, I typically like to do so on the left page. So this is the page that I'm going to be tabbing up with the monthly tab. One other tip is if you have trouble seeing like the edge of the page and stuff, you can put like a colored piece of paper, or in this case an envelope, underneath, and that way you can easily see. So I flip over the yearly page that's already tabbed, and then I line it up perfectly so that it doesn't overlap. Voila, that is perfect. A little bit of overlap is fine, but I don't want the text to fully disappear. And also because there is a little bit of, chunkiness, it's inevitable that there's going to be some wonkiness, so don't worry about that. So since I will be using 2 sets of tabs for this year, they're not all going to fit fully on the height of this planner. So what I plan on doing is putting the weekly section fully up front here, and then for the daily section, I'm going to start at the top, and then we're going to work our way down. Also, I mentioned this previously, but there is an orientation to the emoji heads. So if you fold it over this way, the emoji head's going to be on the left, but if you fold it over backwards, the emoji head's going to be on the right. So it doesn't really matter which way you do it, but if you want consistency, then just make sure that it's all the same. And I typically just make it to the left because that's what I've always done. Also, our tabs are made from a weatherproof mat. So, if you're as crazy as I am and you use this planner like 5 times a day, it's inevitable that by the end of the year, it's going to be a little bit more banged up than usual. But because it's made from this weatherproof paper, it actually holds up pretty well. I have all of the tabs down and do a quick sanity check. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I'm now going to tab up the daily section. Now the original tabs do not come with the daily tab, so I created this add-on. It actually comes with 2 dailies in case you use a Hobonichi cousin effect. Okay, I'm not gonna fold it over just yet. I'm gonna close it and see. Okay, that is definitely not correct. I think that looks pretty darn good. We're gonna have another row once again of tabs back there, but so far it's looking pretty good. My notes are typically just like literally random notes, so I think I'm just gonna use only this pencil, and I'm not gonna really use the other ones. Maybe throughout the year I will separate them, but for now I'm just gonna use a pencil and put it side by side. And then if I choose to make like a, I don't know, wish list or something, then I can use the hearts. But I will do that another time. Okay, so I'm actually running out of time because I have a lot of work to do, so I will continue this setup another day. I'm back to work on the setup, and I have the 2 new monthly color tabs, and this one is ash, which looks very similar to minimal white, but if you kind of compare them, you can see that ash is just like a very light gray, and I thought this would be nice for anyone who wants a change from just the minimal white. And then I also have latte, which is a very light beigey color, and I was deciding between which one to use, and I think I'm actually going to go with latte just because it really matches with the whole kind of aesthetic that I'm going for. I didn't really have an aesthetic in mind, to be honest, but it just happened to be a very brown centered setup. So yeah, this is going to be for the daily section. So as I said last time, I want to start the daily section tabs in line with the weekly section tabs. Just so that it's uniform. I have not done 2 sets of tabs before, so this is honestly a little bit nerve-wracking. Okay, so it seems like it starts somewhere here. Okay, the thing is, even though these tabs are made with weatherproof paper, it's actually quite easy to take up for some reason, like even with the undo and stuff. Okay. I think that looks very, very uniform. I'm very sorry about my nails. They're getting worse and worse. This is why I am taking a break from the salon. Like, they're just breaking off. So yeah. Okay. I think that looks really good. We will continue with that. Tabs are definitely the most time-consuming part of the setup, but I think it's actually the most important because you use it and look at it every single day. Okay. Again, it's a little bit difficult because of how chunky the Hobonichi cousin is, so sometimes the perspective makes things look a little off. But so far, I think we're doing pretty well. Now, why is May so far out? That is not good. Do you see how there's a gap between April and May? Ay, ay, ay. I do not have any undo. Ah. Uh-oh. Careful, careful, careful. Okay. That obviously didn't go how I wanted it to go. You can kind of still see the rip underneath. But oh well. Spacing's more important. Okay. Oh my lord. What happened here? What the heck? Ugh. That pains me so much. Okay, well, we'll just keep going. It's annoying, but it's not the end of the world. And let's do a quick sanity check to make sure things are lining up. They seem to be lining up well. I just realized this kind of matches my sweater. The last one. All right, I think that looks pretty darn good. So we have the yearly, the monthly, the weekly, and then I have each of the weeklies tabbed up. And then behind that are the daily tabs, and then we have notes and a little icon. Ah, I love this so much. Hello again. So I plan on finishing setting up this planner today, so we'll see how this goes. The first thing that's very exciting is that I have this vellum ready now, and this is the same pattern as as the sticker binder cover, and I loved it so much, and a lot of people said that I should make a vellum with it. So this is what we have, and I plan on putting this on the back cover. So let's take out the Hobonichi again. The back cover's already a little dirty. Okay, so let's kind of mark how much we need. Also, I kind of want to pick like my favorite section of this vellum to use. Yeah, I like this. Okay, So I'm going to mark where I need to cut. And I'm also not going to cover up the spine. I'm just going to cover up to here. Oh gosh, I have to line it up again. And then we will mark where we need to cut off at the bottom. I'm just going to use my sad little X-Acto knife to do the cutting. That didn't seem to cut through. Okay. Evidently, I haven't worked with vellum in a long time, so I don't really know how much pressure to use. Let's try that again. There we go. And I'm gonna try to cut off a little bit more than I need because I'd rather it be a little bit smaller than for there to be overhang. So let's test this out and see how I did. Oh, this is actually perfect. Okay, I'm very proud of myself. Just gonna use my tape runner. Wait, which one is the front? Okay, this is the front, of course, because my logo's backwards. I don't think it's too necessary to over apply the tape runner, so that should be sufficient. I will line this up against the spine because there is like a little bit of a ridge, so it makes it really easy. Oh my gosh. This is so cute. Now let's stick this back into the cover. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am so in love with how this looks. Okay, I'm so excited. And as for this little piece of vellum, I think I'm gonna cut it down to the right height. I don't really want this to go to waste. I was thinking of just inserting this piece of vellum. Perhaps, I don't know if, okay. And then just to, I don't want to take this outside of the clear cover again, because honestly, like it's kind of nerve-wracking when I bend the covers. So let me just put some tape runner here. Since it's already secured kind of by this cover, I don't think I need too much. So as for this side, I'm gonna first start off by putting down this little knickknacks adhesive pocket. This was from, I think, May of this year. I always like to have some sort of adhesive pocket in my setups, just because it really is handy to have. So I will just center this, I think, right here. And for now, let's just put in these foiled emoji heads. I might switch things out later. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's not going to be as neat nor as cute once I actually start using this throughout the year, but why not make it cute now? And then I will be using this vinyl sticker. It says, "This planner belongs to," and you can write in your name. I feel kind of bad because a lot of the things that I'm showing are things that I have yet to release. This is coming for Black Friday, so it's not available yet, but it will be available during Black Friday weekend, which is towards the end of November. So I'm using the Sharpie oil-based paint markers. You have to shake it up first. Hopefully I don't mess this up. My pen is a little bit frayed, so that is why the bottom of my letters don't look very good. But that is okay. We will embrace imperfection and just use this. I am going to wait a little bit though, because this takes a little bit to dry, so I will put that off to the side and we will move on to this page. So kind of like last year, for this page, I plan on putting or writing in a quotation from one of my favorite recent reads, and for this year I have decided to go with Crime and Punishment, which is honestly, Yeah, it was such a trip to read. It was like 700 something pages, and it was extra special to me because the particular copy that I read from was a copy that one of my YouTube viewers sent me, and so that made it extra special. And I think after a few more months, I will do another read through because I truly think it is a really, really good book. Okay, so last year around this time, I smudged my lettering, so I'm going to leave this alone for a few minutes before I flip to other pages. Okay, so to end off this setup, let's put down this vinyl, which I think is dry now, so that's good. I don't know. Okay, let's do it here before I change my mind again. Is that straight? Okay, I think it is. With these vinyls, you do have to be careful because I don't think they will be coming up once you put it down. Let's quickly do a flip through. So the cover, I put down a bunch of seal stickers and also this 2023 craft vinyl sticker. All of this will be coming on Black Friday. Then on the inner cover, I put down a scrap of this Planner Supplies Vellum. This will also be coming on Black Friday. Here we have a My Little Knickknacks pocket, which was from May of this year, but we will definitely have more other pockets coming. And this vinyl is also coming on Black Friday. Here I did a quotation from one of my favorite books of this year, which is Crime and Punishment. Here I did a year at a glance. You can find the free digitals in our Facebook group, but if you want the printed version, they will be releasing on October 29th with all of the 2023 monthly stickers. And then for this year, I did 2 sets of tabs. I used a minimal white for the weekly section, and then I used the new latte color for the daily section. And then really the last thing is the back cover where I stuck on the Planner Supplies Vellum. And that is my setup. I'm very, very excited to see what 2023 holds, and I'm excited to document it all in this planner. So if you have any questions, definitely comment them down below. And otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye.